We woke up to a little light mist and rain this morning, which was really nice. Today is the start of day 9 of our trek around Mont Blanc. Today we're going from Argentiere to Flegere. Through the town and up the hill we trudged through the thick pine forest. We took a wrong turn, but soon we were back on the right path. The rain cleared and it was turning into another hot day. The boys decided they were going to do some Bear Grylls photos, so they posed on some large rocks and outcrops. It was a little bit of fun for the morning and it became the joke for the day. The ladders are just after the Argentiere, which is a popular spot for climbers. It was amazing seeing them climbing these peaks. The ladders were definitely a sight to see. I had been a bit worried about the ladders as I am not fond of heights. I figured I would be alright if I didn't look down, and as you can tell by the footage, I didn't look down.
A bit of a tricky transition at the top. You've got a step there.
Just go a bit higher then.
Yeah, you've got a step there, you've got a bar, and you've got something you can hold on to here as well. I didn't, but...
Where? There. Yep.
This was probably the most scary section for me, as we were just stepping onto a ledge and holding a bar and walking around the mountain.
Yeah, only move one thing at a time.
One leg.
One leg or one hand at a time.
Yep. Yep.
Let me know when to go.
All I see is the ground. One more step. I just want to get. I've got the handrail. It's just an awkward step, that one.
There's a chain on your right after the fence there, a chain.
Okie dokie, thanks.
The handrail on your right here.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Handrail. There's a handrail here, Yuka.
The wooden steps that were bolted onto the rocks above the ladders were much harder to navigate, as they were odd sizes and the distances between them made it tricky. I had to climb up over the rocks on my hands. I did find it really hard to catch my breath, probably because I was so bent over and was pushing myself so hard.
Wait a second.
This is four-wheel drive in this section, I think.
Crawling. Okay.
The second step is wobbly.
Okay.
Sometimes the camera gets a glimpse of the valley way below, or the sheer steepness of the cliff. I was focused on looking forward.
Big breath. This is a big step. Wait a second. Big breath.
It was very deceiving, as you would think, oh, I'm done with those ladders and the elevation. We're back on a nice track. But then you would look up and there was more ladders and more elevation to climb.
Handrail on your right, handrail straight ahead, and on your left. Whoa! Bottle!
climber coming down lost their metal water bottle out of their backpack. It came crashing down, giving everyone a fright. Lucky it didn't hit anyone. I was getting to be a bit of a pro at walking around mountains at this stage, even though it was still terrifying. It was more the fact that you had to step across to a little deck or a bridge or just a piece of metal in the ground, and that joined up to another ladder. Some of the rungs are missing, which doesn't give you a lot of confidence, and you also have to wait for people coming up and down. We had a little stop at Lake Shrewsbury. The view of the mountains was just magnificent. The colours in the lake are just gorgeous, and you can see the reflections of the mountains and the clouds in the lake. It's just picture perfect. It was really nice to have a break.
Mountains. Beautiful lake. Look at that. It's amazing. Hey, Did you enjoy those ladders?
Absolutely.
Yes, there were more ladders ahead and lots more steps to climb.
There's more. There's more.
We finally reached the Refugio Mont Blanc. The place was packed with tourists, so we decided to head to a quieter spot and have our picnic lunch. We sat at the edge of the lake looking down at the turquoise water and watching ibex playing in the Rocky Mountains. And then we turned around and saw another ibex running across the mountain into the crowds. It was so fast. It was so nice sitting on the edge of the lake watching the people, animals and birds, but sadly it was time to head back to the path and continue our trek. The path had been very shaly and rocky, so it was lovely when we reached a section of wooden path going around a beautiful lake. The reflections of the mountains in the water were spectacular, and we had to stop and take lots of photos. We were heading to Flegere to take the cable car to Le Pres and walk back to Chamonix. We have been travelling out of a small bag for about 9 days, and we were finally going back to our starting point. We were looking forward to not having to pack and unpack for a couple of days, and of course doing some washing. It had been an exciting day on the trails, and the weather had been perfect, the views spectacular, and our achievements memorable.